Now, this blew up on Reddit, didn't it, Kelly?
It sure did. And I thought it was like super relatable because I think we've all seen this happen.
Okay.
We've all been witness to it. But Barbara actually did something about it. So this is what she said on Reddit. One of my biggest pet peeves is someone talking on speakerphone at a restaurant. I mean, how inconsiderate. I'm not going out to dinner to hear your drama. Well, last week, I was out to dinner with some friends, and the people at the table next to us were FaceTiming with a friend. At first, I let it slide because I thought it would only last a few minutes, but instead, they were actually doing it through the entire meal.
Oh, jeez.
Finally, I'd had enough, and in a very polite way, asked them to stop and told them they were disturbing everybody else. They were not happy, gave me dirty looks, then got off the phone. Well, now my friends are mad at me and said I embarrassed them and should have just let it go. But should I have? It's not like I went all Karen on them. I asked them nicely. How would you have handled the situation?
Well, I already know how Kelly would answer.
I would just kind of let it go.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't like confrontation.
I know. I just let it go or move my table or something like that. Yeah. It's the same as people who are on speakerphone in the bathrooms in like
that is the worst. I don't understand because then you feel like you can't flush. Like how weird is that? I
know, in public restrooms, and you're like hearing another person's conversation while you're doing your business. That's just so weird.
Exactly.
That's so
it's
weird.
Like I feel like, I'm trying not to let you hear my business, but you're in the place where the business happens.
Yeah, but this isn't a restroom. This is a public restaurant.
And I agree with the fact that it would be different if it was just like a quick call.
Right.
Or whatever. Like, what if it was a birthday dinner and somebody couldn't be there and wanted to kind of like FaceTime in just to say, I wish I could be there and happy birthday and all the things.
Right. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. But this, the entire meal, that's obnoxious.
All right. So how would you handle that? Honestly, I probably would do the same thing as you, Kelly. I'd probably just
you wouldn't speak up.
Sit there and just be like, all right, I'll just let them do their thing. Like, unless they were saying things that were offensive or they were swearing or something like that, then I would probably just ignore it or try to ignore it and just, move on.
Could you maybe mention something to the waiter to have them say something?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Like, hey, other guests have mentioned that this is kind of disturbing.
Yeah, I'm sure that gets put on waiter and waitress's shoulders quite a bit. But
maybe, yeah.
All right, so did she do the right thing? How would you have handled it? 502-571-9970. All right, so Barbara wanted to know, was she being a Karen? Was she being the jerk when she asked fellow diners to quit talking on FaceTime because it's disturbing them?
And it was like the entire meal. Like she was going to let it slide if it was just like at the beginning, but it was through the entire meal. So she spoke up and she embarrassed her friends in doing so.
Yeah, it's 99.7 DJX. And yeah, as you were going to say, it's we got a lot of response on this.
Yeah, a lot of, and you know what? It's kind of divided, but I think more people are saying she shouldn't have spoken up. Zach said, wouldn't bother me none. I love eavesdropping. Would have joined the conversation whether they knew or not.
Yeah, Beth actually said, I would have joined the conversation with the rude table. If I got weird looks, I would say, I just thought it was open to anyone since we could all hear.
Yo, that's really good too. But then Heather said, my boyfriend's in Iraq. We FaceTime all the time. It's our only communication for months at a time. If you said anything to me about it, I'd tell you where to shove it.
Oh, wow. Okay. Andrew, the love doctor, calls our show all the time with the advice on this. What is your thought?
There's nothing wrong with how she handled that. If she was nice to them, respectful, asked them to get off. You don't go to dinner to hear somebody else's conversation the entire time you're there. If I'm going to drop $75 on a meal, I don't want to hear about, Bobby's playground or whatever that looks like for my entire meal. Seriously. No, Kelly's right. Also talking to the waiter. Maybe the waiter makes a point because that way it looks like it comes from the restaurant. Whatever that is, she's not wrong here. And if her friends are embarrassed, and shame on them. It's disrespectful to be on a call, speakerphone, video, whatever, the entire time. You're disturbing the people that are around you. You don't go to a restaurant to hear somebody else's drama, conversation, or whatever. She's spot on with that. No problem at all.
Now, wait a second, Andrew. I saw this comment from Ginger, and I thought it is kind of a good point. She said, assuming that they were talking at a normal level, how is having a conversation with an open phone on the table any different than if people were just talking amongst themselves? You would likely hear the conversation either way. That's kind of a good point.
That's a great point. But the way she comes across, if they were on a video call, then basically it was loud enough to where she could hear it, and it was annoying and it was bothersome to her. Yeah, you're going to hear. But here's the thing, though, Kelly. If you're at a table with a bunch of people, and other people are talking, you can hear them talking in the background, but you're not paying attention to that because of your own conversation that's going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, typically you're speaking louder if they're on FaceTime because a lot of times they can't hear as well, so it's probably a heightened level of talking.
Ding, 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 ding. Absolutely. Yep. You're absolutely correct. That's what bothered her. It got heightened. They were disturbing the people around them. So, there's nothing wrong with what she did. She's spot on there.
Andrew the Love Doctor, thank you, man.
You guys rock. Keep on loving.
All right, thanks, buddy.
Yeah, so many people are saying, it's no different than people talking at a restaurant amongst each other. I think that it's probably the volume is the issue. Brandon was like, that wouldn't have bothered me that much, but it's people that walk through stores and talk loudly on FaceTime. And I was like, you know what? I think we've done that a time or two. Usually it's my husband calling me, and then I have to talk him into where to find the product on the shelf that I'm looking for. It's like, that's not a necessity. It's like, turn the phone around. Let me show you. It's that one.
Okay. All right.
You've been that guy too, haven't you? You called your wife from the store like, hey, I don't know where to find this.
Yeah, I'm not on speakerphone, though, but yes, I'm
FaceTiming. I'm like, turn the camera around. Let me show you which one it is.
Let me show you.
It's the orange one. Pick that one.
Orange, extra absorbent. That's what I need. All right, so if you want to leave a comment, you always can at Ben and Kelly Show right there on Facebook. All right? And so I guess we're all kind of, even though it's split, most people are saying probably not the jerk.
Well, yes. I think, though, it's more people are saying they would not have said something.
Oh, not have said something. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So there you go.
That was the question.
All right. At Ben and Kelly Show.